Okay. Good evening again. Daniel Valdez again. Almost done with these Texas regionals. We've got a couple more to go, so let's get to it. Let's go to Houston. Let's go to Conroe. Let's go to that area of Texas. This weekend, Bands of America Conroe Regional. It is advertised as the Bands of America Houston Regional. At least that's what it says on the website. But I believe the banners are going to say that it is the Conroe, Texas Regional. Wait, there's more. The stadium, Woodforest Bank Stadium, is actually located in a place called Shenandoah, Texas. Does any of this matter? Absolutely not. Because it's marching band, and if it's marching band and it's in Texas, it kicks ass. If you haven't seen, or if you haven't heard, the episode I did I was saying about a month ago, talking about the Houston area and talking about the Houston bands and all that stuff, I suggest you go. I recommend Pretty Pleased with Cherry on Top. No cherries. Cherries suck. Go listen to that one real quick. Pretty heartfelt thing that I put out there, so give me a quick listen over there if you can. This is going to be one of the most unique regionals of the year. For any reason, simply for the reason that, the Houston area, and it wasn't just metropolitan Houston area, we're talking all the suburbs. We're talking places even further south. We're talking Pearland. We're talking, Sugarland area. We're talking Spring area. We're talking the Woodlands and Conroe and all those places. The entire Houston area lost a week of school right before school was about to start, or right during the weeks that school was about to start. The whole city shut down because Hurricane Harvey decided to be a jackass and dump, massive amounts of rain on the city. Houston people, where are you at? Are you okay? Is your family okay? Reach out to me, please. I want to know what's going on over there. I hope you all are okay. I hope there is a return to normalcy now. I really hope you're okay. Houston's a tough city. They can get through this. Spent a little time in the Woodlands when I was a younger adult. We'll just call it that. Spent some time in the Woodlands area. Shout out to the Maxwell family. And I've actually been to this stadium before. I helped run ran a marching band contest here. 9 years ago, something like that. 8 or 9 years ago. Ran a band contest there. It's a very nice facility. Very much suited to, have a marching contest there. Plenty of seats, plenty of parking, all that stuff. So let's get to this. You know how it's going to go. Pertinent information. And then we'll get to talking about the contest and the bands a little bit more in depth. So here we go. Let's go to Conroe. Let's go to what the hell is this called? Woodforest Bank Stadium. If you've ever walked into a Walmart and you've seen a bank in there, chances are it's Woodforest Bank Stadium. Or not stadium, but Woodforest Bank. October 7th, 2017. Houston Regional Championship. Parking, $5. Guess what? In and out privileges are okay here. Awesome. And there's plenty of parking at the stadium. Press box is nice. The whole facility is really nice. So you got that there. Awesome stuff. AccuWeather, stupid. I can't say AccuWeather because that's trademarked and I don't want to get sued again. Daniel Valdez Super Doppler radar says a 30% chance of rain is good for Saturday. No more rain. That's crap. Hopefully the rain stays away. This part of Texas has seen enough rain to last 10 years. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it just stays as a chance of rain and not a likely chance of rain. So hopefully it'll be okay. It looks like the winds will die down some. Good chance for some color guards to have some good performances. Like my color guard director used to tell me, you fight the wind. That's all you can do. Fight the wind. So that ends that there. Now let's talk about the contest. We're going quick today. 33 bands. Pretty extensive. They actually had to put a little bit of a cap on this event. When we were first introduced to the regional sheets about who was gonna attend what regional and that stuff, there was a little bit of a note on the Houston regional list that said that, if you were put on the waiting list, just wait it out a little bit. They'll give you a call if some room opens up. This was, aside from San Antonio Super Regional that's coming up in a couple of weeks, this was probably the most requested Texas Regional. Everybody wanted to come to this thing. All the Houston bands wanted to come to this thing. Houston's kind of like the Valley in that there's a lot of sibling rivalry that goes on in the Houston area with their marching bands. They love competing against each other. They like being able to say, hey, you know what? We bit this band and we bit this band. Like I said, whatever motivates you. Good stuff. A lot of Houston bands coming. You have a couple of San Antonio bands coming as well. And you got like one or two Dallas area bands. Austin's being represented as well. This is pretty well-rounded in terms of what parts of the state are being represented. Obviously, most of the contestants are going to be from Houston, but when you've got big names like, Leander and Vandegrift and Reagan coming from basically out of town, I'll put Hendrickson in that list too. Round Rock too. Jeez, this is more. The more I read the sheet, the more it gets stacked. This is crazy. This will be a hot ticket. So yeah, they had to put a little bit of a cap on who gets to attend this regional and who doesn't. It's very hotly demanded. A lot of Katy programs are going to be there. Katy's one of those areas. Katy's one of those suburbs that just blew up all of a sudden. There's just schools being built left and right there, heavily populated. Usually, around this time of year, you start seeing a lot of finished products. This is usually around the time of the year where programs start kind of not necessarily putting a bow on their product, but at least you're going to get about an 8-minute show. Whether it's clean or not, that depends on the program. But it's one of those deals where usually you'll see a complete product. You'll see your opener, you'll see your ballad, and then you'll see a closer. But that might not necessarily be the case this year at the Houston Conroe Shenandoah Regional. Because, like I said, a lot of these programs were heavily affected by the hurricane that went through Houston last month, or the month prior. It's hard to imagine that we're in October already. So yeah, you may see some programs that may stop right after the ballot, and that's okay. I'm not going to blame these programs for taking their time or not having complete product. They lost a week of school. It's a very difficult time for them. They got things, like I said, they got better things to think about. Like, getting their homes in order and making sure their pets are okay and stuff that kind of puts marching band on the back burner. Now, with that being said, this will be one of the most unique regionals ever because you've got so many schools from the Houston area and you have so many kids that were directly affected by this hurricane. That this is a time for them to get on the field, get in front of the lights, get in front of a crowd that's actually going to pay attention to them. And just make music, make art, and just have a good time. The people of Houston deserve this regional. There's going to be a lot of camaraderie going on this weekend. Because a lot of these bands compete against each other, and they may not necessarily play each other in football, but they see each other at local contests, and it seems to be a real big deal for the Houston area. So, this is going to be one of those special things. regardless of whether you make finals or not. This will be a real special contest. All right, let's look over the regional list. 3 bands at the Houston Regional are going to Grand Nationals this year. 2 of them you've seen already. Churchill will be there. Round Rock will be there. And the Woodlands. Ah, yes, the Woodlands. The Woodlands, it's so interesting because you haven't really seen anything online or videos or anything. Nobody really knows what they're going to bring to the table. Fortunately, I do. The Woodlands are kind of like Hebron in the past couple of years, where both programs give you really, really good slow pieces, really good ballads. Woodlands did that last year for their show last year. It was awesome. I love when programs let people feel things during the ballads. It's not just a slow piece, and it's not just, halftime marching in halftime was what I mean. They actually put some emotion behind it. There's a build, or there's ebbs and flows to the piece. That makes it effective. And it's not just like a 2 or 3 minute, just kind of, okay, we're going to put it out there and that's kind of just going to be it. The Woodlands are probably the most advanced visual program in the state of Texas, in that they integrate the guards so well. The drill is written beautifully every year. Body moves are just all over the place, and there's rarely a moment where they're just standing still. They're always doing something. Then you get into the realm of multiple responsibilities, moving and playing at the same time, not just marching, but actually doing body movements, having that stuff be on time, and being able to play your horn in tune and in time. Now we're talking upper echelon stuff. Now we're talking stuff that can put a band, that can take a 5th or 6th place band and put them in a top 3 in whatever contest they go to. That's something that the Woodlands brings every year. It's a total package. Every part of their program is strong. Expect nothing less from them this year. So you got some programs from Austin. Leander's coming back. Good old Leander. And I can't wait to see what they've added to the show since Austin, because it was already pretty good. Like I said, Round Rock's coming back. We're going to see how they're pacing themselves in terms of how much they perform. They stopped after the ballad in Austin, so let's see how much more they add. And guess what? If they don't add much of anything after for the Houston Regional, so what? Who cares? They're going to pace. Every band is going to pace themselves differently. And, that's just the way they're going to do things. The end game is the final performance of the year. That's the end game. You have to keep that in mind, especially when you've got bands participating in state, when you got bands going to nationals. Interested to see what Hendrickson does. They stopped after their ballad. Their show at Austin was beautifully written. Not just musically, visually as well. Thought-provoking stuff. Can't wait to see them. Vandegrift will be here. And they blew the house down with that music. Can't wait to see what they've added. Oh, and by the way, last band to go on at 4:45 on Saturday, the defending Houston champion Ronald Reagan. And nobody's seen anything from them. But knowing them, it's going to be awesome, and it's going to kick, all the butt. Look at that. Look at those 2 blocks after lunch. Those are stacked. Not just programs from Austin. I'm talking programs from Houston as well. Capel's coming back. They just got off making regional finals at South Lake. You got a couple of the Katy schools going on in the final block. Oak Ridge coming back as well. They did pretty well in the state honor band contest this past year. Pretty good. This is going to be such a great contest. I wish I was going. Unfortunately, I will not be able to be there. But you damn right we're covering this on the internets. Live.txbands.com. We will have a couple of guys over there taking care of all of the live blogging duties. Thank you all so much for tuning into that. We really, really appreciate it. They'll be there all day, bringing you the kind of coverage that you deserve as a band parent or a band student. Now, trust me, I know my demographic. I watch the YouTube analytics like a hawk every day. I know who listens to this, band parents. I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. That's why I try to keep this clean, because I don't want you guys getting mad at me. Like I said, one of the most unique regionals of the year. This is a time for healing. This is a time for celebration. This is a time to put things back together. We're going to put it back together with music, with motion, with marching, with pomp and circumstance. And I'm sure the announcers will make some sort of announcement about, coming together after the hurricane. Houston people, I hope you're okay. I hope you're safe. I hope you're able to get back on your feet if you needed the assistance. Let's make Saturday special. Let's make it memorable. Let's inspire people. That natural disasters can knock down buildings and they can tear down gyms and they can flood the streets and try to destroy your way of living. But at the end of the day, music lives on forever. Music is immortal. Let's prove it to them on Saturday. I think I'm done here. Questions, comments, all that good stuff, please reach out to me. You can find me at Texas Bands Forums, texasbands.com/forums. You can find me on the YouTube channel. Just search the Danpodcast. I had a couple people say, hey, I don't want to drain my data. I don't want to watch it on YouTube. How else can I watch it? Search iTunes. I put that stuff up probably a day later. Search the space Danpodcast. And of course, go to the YouTube channel. Like, comment, subscribe. Do all that fun stuff. Give me views. I'll love you forever. I'm done here. We'll see you Saturday at the Houston Conroe Shenandoah Regional. 33 bands. Let's get to it. Let's heal. Let's make music together. Thank you all so much for listening. Take care. Adios. Bye-bye.